I'm Max with Odd Jobs. Today, we have a great video for you guys. We're going to talk about the top 3 problems on the job site and how to avoid those problems. The first problem we're going to talk about today is hitting underground utility lines. The number one line left unmarked is the cable line, and they're usually buried very shallow in the earth, usually about 1 to 2 inches. So when I tell you hit them often, you're probably going to hit them often. And the reason you want to make sure that you locate these before you hit them is because your customer or yourself are maybe working from home, you have some online meetings you need to attend, or maybe the kids are playing on their iPads or watching TV. As soon as you hit that cable line, all of that goes out the window. You got no Wi-Fi, you got no internet, no TV. So for your sake or your customer's sake, make sure that you guys know exactly where these lines are and how to avoid them. The best way to avoid these is by calling Miss Dig first. The reason I say that is because they will come out and mark all the lines in the yard allegedly. Sometimes there's lines that are left unmarked. And now if you call Miss Dig and say, hey, there's no power flags, or there's no water line flags or gas line flags, they'll tell you, hey, if it's not marked, it's not there. And there's been plenty of times where it's definitely there. So one thing I could recommend, if you guys are very serious about avoiding utilities at all costs, is keep a little metal detector in your truck and just double check their work and make sure that there's nothing underground that you're going to hit. Number 2, the next biggest problem that we see on the job site is inefficiency. Inefficiency can come from a lot of things. Sometimes that can come from management and planning. Sometimes that can come from your guys or your customers making changes, or it could just come from overall, not really understanding what's going on with the project, not having a good design. It doubles back to planning and management. If you're short on materials, usually you're going to want to order everything to the site so that your guys don't need to be waiting on you or waiting on a supplier to drop material off. It also boils down to, sometimes your customer might see your guys sitting around waiting for material and they get mad at you because they're just hanging out in their backyard. The next biggest problem I'm going to talk about is going into a project without a design. So when you're designing and building outdoor living spaces in the fashion that we are, you're going to need to have a design. Whether or not it's a 3D design is kind of irrelevant, as long as you have a 2D design and or a blueprint, so that your guys, your customers, and you are all on the same page. Your guys can look exactly at the plan, build it to the plan, and your customer can see their vision come to life. When you don't have a design, it's basically like a free-for-all, a lot of guesswork. There's no agreed upon end goal. Based off your conversation with the customer, you might have a picture in your head, and then based off of your conversation with your foreman, they might have a picture in your head. Based off your conversation with the customer, they might have a picture in their head, and all 3 of these pictures could be so vastly different. Almost maybe the most important is making sure that you guys have a 3D design and or a blueprint plan to make sure that you guys can be efficient. I hope you found this video informational and or useful. If you got something out of this video today, don't forget to leave a like, leave us a comment, and also subscribe. Share this video with your friends, help us grow a bigger audience, and hopefully we can come back and educate you again on the next one. Thanks.